Hey guys, it's John here, the Vintage Geek. We're taking a look inside the Vintage Geek's toy room. Today I'm sort of spotlighting a few of the retro games. I have an entire bookshelf, a whole wall full of retro video games here. I have a lot of Atari 2600, NES, SNES, the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis. And yes, a lot of these are in the original packaging. I've even got 3 Atari 2600 games in the original box there that you saw at the beginning. I kind of someday want to get a complete set. It would be cool to have a complete set of Atari 2600 and the first NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System games. But today we're going to take a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the White Ranger. From Hasbro. Comes with a nifty sword, 2 extra hands, they're like fists, his face, and the blue lightning splash thing. The box here has like a wraparound artwork, which I really like. I think that's cool. I think they should incorporate that in Black Series. The back of the box has just a picture of the figure. And the side has another image. All the warning labels and the Hasbro logo down there. I really like that Hasbro has Power Rangers now, and I really like what they're doing with the figures. The packaging looks slick. The figures are great, as you can expect, because they're the same kind of thing as they're doing with Marvel and the Star Wars Black Series. Here's the extra head. You get a nice ponytail on him. I was saying in the Lord Zed video that I want the Green Ranger. Well, this is essentially the same thing, right? Because the Green Ranger became the White Ranger, right? Same actor, I think, if I remember correctly. I hope I'm remembering correctly. Here's this blue splash of sparks. I'm not quite sure what you do with it. It does have a hole, like a slot, a little slot, like line in it. I'll show you in a minute what to do with that, what I suspect. Here's both of his fists, alternate hands. They are in fists. So if you don't want to hang on to the sword here, you can have 2 fists. Or you could have, you know, if you don't want the open palm, you could have a fist and him hanging onto the sword, something like that. The sword's pretty good. The detail is amazing on this thing. This is like a lot of paint apps for an accessory. Very, very detailed sword here. I like the lion on the handle. That's pretty cool. And the White Ranger himself, his helmet looks fantastic. The body armor is a separate piece. I bet if you pop the head off and adjust the arms, you can get it off. The holster, well, sheath or whatever for the sword is really good. It's also a separate piece. So yeah, here's what I'm suspecting you can do with this blast thing. So there's a line, and it looks like the sword can slide in there. So for whatever reason, maybe you're blocking a bolt that was thrown at you, or... Because if this is just like a lens flare, like a glint, that's an awful lot of glint. And maybe you can put his hand on it, the open palm hand. It slides right in the slot. So you'd be like, pa-ching! I blocked it with my hand. I am so awesome. I can block stuff with my energy particles with my hand. So you can put the regular head on, and then he can hang on to his helmet there. That's pretty cool. And the sword can go in the sheath. So you can kind of have him ready for battle, but not quite going into battle yet. It's actually not a bad way to pose your figure if you want to put him on display this way. What I have is the hand that would normally hold the sword is sort of cupped in there and holding onto the helmet. And then the sword is in the sheath and around his waist, and I had a fist on the other hand there. And here he is with 2 fists. So both fists are on the character for this one, just so you get a look at it with 2 fists there. It's kind of a nice way to have the figure. And then the way I prefer them is to have 1 fist and the sword in hand. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. a nice ready position for having the sword ready to go, you know? I thought that was kind of cool, just doing it this way. This is probably how I will have him on display in my collection. I think I like this the best. So yeah, there we go, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like toys, if you like things retro and vintage, all the way back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s, then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, because I do stuff from way back then all the way up to what came out last week. Review anything that comes new into the Vintage Geeks collection here inside my toy room. So yeah, please subscribe. Haha! I don't know if you noticed the battle going on in the background over asteroids, but the White Ranger had to step in and settle it. And Ezekiel's kind of mad now, right? His friend is down. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day.